Hello, I'm here to drop in for day 33 of our Panchakarma journey together. And I'm just really feeling the deep drop in vibes right now that we're nearing the end of our time together. And it always goes to this place as we're closing that final 10-day cycle of moving more into the deep listening, sinking into a time of rest and integration, of softening, of letting go, and all this retrograde energy we've had. I don't know if you're feeling it, but I'm really just needing so much rest at this time. And I just got through having a really nice psoas release, hip opening, core balancing, somatic session on my yoga mat, and took a nice hot shower just to let everything unwind. It's already getting real cold. There's that cold bite in the air. Here, just outside of Detroit, we're very much like in harmony with the seasonal flow. It's like as soon as we hit fall equinox, the whole weather pattern changed. It always like trips me out ever since I came here, because I'm from the Bay Area, California, and I'm a transplant here to this area. And in Northern California, it's like one weather all the time. Like it doesn't even really get that cold there that often. Even in the middle of winter, it's kind of one note for the most part. A little deviation here and there, but in general, it's kind of consistent weather year round, and it's so trippy, to be somewhere where there's such distinct demarcations between the seasons. I'm actually really enjoying it. I feel like I can move more in that seasonal flow with nature, and it just has reawakened me to how much I enjoy the seasons, how much I enjoy those different times of year, and the different emphasis it puts on our energy and our focus. So it's been really kind of a cool experience for me, but I'm definitely in hunker down mode. I'm wanting to just like do ritual and cuddle up with Ted and just have a quiet time for reflection. And it was the start of Libra season today, so happy solar return to all my fellow Libras. And I'm heading up to a really monumental birthday for me. I got my 50th birthday coming up on October 13th. So I'm also just in a very reflective space right now. It's a huge landmark for me, And I feel really good about it. I feel really young, I feel really young in my spirit. And I still feel like that wild, rebellious teenager inside. Nothing much has changed. Just the outside has shifted, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to open this new chapter. And for all of those people out there who are in their earlier years now, in your 20s and your 30s, and you're worried about aging, I just want to pass on a little wisdom from my mom. And that's just that it just gets better and better. Honestly, I have to tell you, it just gets better and better. I'm really excited actually to enter my 50s because my 40s were awesome. My 40s were awesome. They were like the best decade yet. And my mom told me that it just gets better and better because the older you get, the less attached you are to others' perceptions of you, the more comfortable you get in your own skin, the more you just feel in your own element, and things just slide off you more easily than when you were younger. And my mom told me that the 60s are the best, so I'm really excited. My mom, she's like heading into her 70s, and she's still, she still has that really healthy view of aging. And I'm so grateful that my mother passed that on to me, because it's very much in alignment with the Ayurvedic view of beauty. And in Ayurveda, it's not about the superficial trappings. Beauty is considered being in a place where you're so in contact with your soul that the soul radiates at the surface level, and it comes through and is evident for all to see, that brilliance of the soul. And it's just such a different, beautiful way of looking at this concept of what makes a person attractive. And I love this this viewpoint, that it's about what's inside being so brilliant that it shines outwardly, and that's what gives a person their beauty, their radiance, their appeal. And I just love that. I just love that. So I feel young at heart, and I believe that that makes me also look a little younger than my age. I'm very happy with the way I'm aging, and it has everything to do with always looking for the joy in life. It has nothing to do with anti-aging creams. My skincare routine is very minimal, but I belly laugh to the point of almost crying because I'm laughing so hard every day. I find the humor in everything. Even during hardship, I'm able to look for the light, the bright spot. I've been an optimistic person my whole life. I wouldn't have gotten through some fierce challenges in my life if it weren't for that optimism and the ability to look for the reason to have hope for a better tomorrow. And a big thing that's been my saving grace is to always know that everything is transitory, everything changes. Nothing is constant. And while on one hand, that's a really difficult concept for people to embrace, right? I mean, we resist change. We resist change by human nature. It makes people feel unstable, but nothing's stable. Everything's in a state of flux. It's a creative flow. And once you come to the place of accepting that, everything just becomes so much easier to navigate. And it really helps in times when you're going through a rough patch, just to know, like, it's not going to stay that way. It's eventually going to turn the corner, it's inevitable. So this has made a big difference for me, and not getting stuck in all the shoulds of, well, you're this old, so you're not allowed to do that anymore. No way. I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to do whatever makes me feel good. I'm going to dress however I want, express myself however I want. And it's that freedom, and the freedom that comes with advancing in years where you don't need that outside validation anymore. That's just been so liberating for me. So I'm really excited about turning 50, but it's a very monumental time in my life, and there's a lot of things shifting, and there's a lot of big growth happening, and a lot of leveling up and stepping into new potentialities. And so I'm definitely in this time of really wanting to turn within and integrate. And so tonight I just want to keep it nice and simple. And I thought I would just let myself have the ease of receiving from Alana Fairchild and her wisdom, from the White Light Oracle. We're just going to do a little bibliomancy. We're going to see what guidance comes through, and then I'll go ahead and lead us through the healing process that she has outlined for whatever comes forward for us. And I do want to let you all know that for our final day of Panchakarma, I am going to be offering a distance healing session. It is open to the entire community here at Broad Coven. Please, even if you haven't gone through the Panchakarma experience, if you tune in and you catch wind of this, please join us if you would like to receive the distance healing. I have been through all 3 levels of Reiki. I have worked as a Reiki practitioner for many years. I don't know, it's been something like 15, 16 years now, maybe even longer than that. It could be closer to 20. I don't like to say Reiki master. I'm just really, I don't know. I have this thing. I don't like using the word healer to define myself, because I feel that I just hold the space. I just hold a respectful space for other people to do their healing work. I can't take credit for that. You're the one doing the healing work. I'm just here to hold space. And and to offer support through that process. And this master concept, I don't know, I feel like there can be so much egocentricity that comes through these labels, you know. So I don't know. If you can help me figure out a different way to refer to being a Reiki practitioner that's able to attune people and has been through all of those levels, I would really appreciate it, because I'm welcome you to like drop me a comment, because I'm really resistant to calling myself a Reiki master. I'm not down with it. So, but I have been through all 3 levels. So I'm going to do a distance Reiki healing session. We're going to do a little distance cord cutting. I'm going to lead us through a meditation and just bring in some healing energy to support us as we enter the fall season and this time of more turning within and doing our gestation work before we, you know, emerge into the newness that will come in spring after this time of resting in the darkness that we're entering into now. So be on the lookout for that. That will be for day 40, and I'm really excited to bring that in for all of you. I'm going to make it really special, and there might be some items I encourage you to get so you can really root the energy in your environment where you are and really call the energy in, so we can all join our energy together as a community and kind of create a distance healing circle. And it was 11:33 on the clock when I said that. So I love the energy behind it. It sounds so beautiful to me. And there's been this whole concept that's been coming through so much for me recently about, you know, just one spark, you know, one spark lighting another. And this image of almost like when you hold a circle vigil and everybody has a candle, and it always starts with one person has their candle lit, and then they light the person's candle next to them, and it goes around the circle, and then you have this space that you're all holding together through holding your own light and sharing that light with others. And I just love the symbolism of that. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that with all of you. And I want to bring more healing sessions like that in here at Broad Coven, where you can just show up and you can receive. So if you have different kinds of healing sessions you would like to receive as well, that you would like to see come in here, you know, topics you would like covered, please share with me. I really want to hear what the community wants here, and I would love to be able to support you all in that. So let's see what comes through. What guidance do we need to receive today as we are coming to the close of this lunar cycle, preparing to enter in that new moon energy that Libra is ushering in, that point of balance? What guidance do you have for us as we are coming near the close of our Panchakarma? We're actually heading into our very last week together on this journey. And again, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so appreciative. Let the guidance come through for the highest good of all who are here to receive these words today. Okay. Ooh, we have karma of Kutuhala. Your sacred soul passion is powerful enough to shift the state of your inner reality and your outer experience. So commit to what truly ignites your heart and do not be dissuaded by anything or anyone. If you are seeking to make a commitment, do so when it truly connects you to your heart. Follow your genuine, meaningful bliss. Know that no matter what appears to be, you shall prevail. You shall arise. I love it. I love it. That part about doing what truly ignites your heart. You know, that image again, it's this image is so front and center about bringing the fire forward, but also how in bringing the fire forward and sharing that, it helps to ignite the flame of others. I'm just loving this message. It's so beautiful to me. So let's go ahead and receive this healing meditation, this healing process that she offers. Just drop in for a moment and sink in, close your eyes, get centered. Take a few deep breaths. Take a moment to connect consciously with your breath. Breathe in and out slowly and deeply, allowing the breath to naturally lengthen. And perhaps even allow for pauses on each side of the inhalation and exhalation. Place a hand on your heart and say the following aloud. I call upon the heart of wisdom, of sacred passion and higher purpose. May I be graced with the discernment to recognize what is true, valuable, authentic, and genuinely purposeful in my life. May I release all else with a sense of humor and a willingness to recognize that I've learned something useful. I allow myself to be inspired rather than frightened by the passions of my heart. I choose to learn from what I love and be led through what inspires me and excites me. I trust the passion in my heart is the same passion the universe has for me, and that the inspired, excited, curious feelings are cosmic breadcrumbs leading me along my rightful path. May all beings be guided lovingly to fulfill their highest divine destiny. Allow yourself to see, sense, or feel a light within your heart. It is playful, excited, and curious. When your mind or feet alight upon something relevant to your soul journey, your heart tingles with spiritual electricity. It lights you up from within, leaving you feeling as though anything is possible, and there is an endless path of creativity, beauty, sacred and deeply healing and liberating for you to explore and share. Tune in to that feeling. Know it is safe to trust it. When you are ready, place both hands at your heart and just acknowledge your own heart as being a beautiful and sacred instrument for which you are grateful. You have completed your healing process. And I think that that is so, so beautiful. I love this acknowledging the heart. And you know, there is a beautiful Basti that you can do in Ayurveda that's traditional to do in the final week. And it's called Chakra Basti. And it's really quite simple to do, actually. You get a whole, stone ground wheat flour, something with substance, and you mix it with just enough water. You start with erring more on the side of too little is better than too much, because it's much more difficult if you add too much water than if you add too little. You can always add a little more, so just add water incrementally. You want it to be a nice, firm dough with just a little bit of stickiness to it, okay? But not too sticky. You want it to have some solidity to it. And we shape it, just like Play-Doh. We shape it into the shape of a heart, and then you press in on the edges, within and on the outside of the heart, right over your sternum, right in the center of your chest. So you have this dough heart, okay, that's on your chest. And we fill it with warm ghee. And you can also add drops of essential oil in there, like a rose essential oil would be beautiful, or any oil that's calling you to your heart. Ylang ylang would also be really beautiful, something that's very, very soft and feminine. You could do anything that really calls to you, anything that evokes that sense of sacredness, like a sacred anointing for the heart. And there's just this warmth there that's being held over the heart center. And it's almost like giving this sacred anointing of the heart, like a baptism of the heart. So your heart is born anew. It's a beautiful thing to bring in. And I encourage you with this last Self-Care Sunday to bring this in, since this heart piece is coming so front and center. And just allow yourself to lay there, and just drink in the warmth of that space being held around the heart, and think about all the things you're ready to call into your heart, and allow that warmth to just dissolve any holding in anahata in your heart chakra there. And then when you are ready to release everything that has been holding your heart back from its fullest expression, you break the dough dam, you pull it away, and you allow the oil, you allow the ghee, the warm ghee, to just flow out over your chest, and you use that to give yourself a breast massage, and you can run it down your belly, and it's just the most beautiful, beautiful, honoring experience. And I really encourage you to work with this. It came in so beautifully with that. I think it's symbolic of like your heart being reborn through this process and entering a new cycle. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and enjoy these last days of deep rest and nourishment and receiving. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have this time with you and to share in this healing circle with you. I'll be back tomorrow to check in.